going on, Jerome's? So, of course, we know this offseason, which was the plan all along, Vikings went with a J.J. McCarthy, highest drafted quarterback in team history, second year, coming off the injury, still got the full freight experience of being in the quarterback room every single day, always, right? But we talked about this too. I feel like even though, J.J. McCarthy may not come out and throw 50 touchdowns like Patrick Mahomes did in his first year starting in 2018, but I feel like fantasy value-wise, now, full disclaimer, fantasy football-wise, like, I do okay. I'm not obsessed. I'm definitely a homer when it comes to the picks, as well as I definitely set my lineup according to my television watching habits. Where if I got a player going on Thursday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, he's in. Or it's like you're down huge, like you're down 70 points, but you're just like, man, if Austin Eckler goes for 71 points tonight on Monday Night Football, I win. That's all. But I feel like J.J. McCarthy is going to have some value, notably because his mobility is probably the most mobile quarterback that we've had since, Francis Tarkenton from Georgia, all that stuff. Long story longer. Find you someone who looks at you like Kay Adams looks at J.J. McCarthy at that golfing event down in Mexico earlier. But so Kay Adams is very bullish on J.J. She's very bullish on the Vikings, and we like to give credit where it's due when the media actually calls a spade. And Kay Adams is all in on J.J. McCarthy's fantasy value this year as well. I like those floating shelves. It's good. Anyways, so she said this. My top 5 fantasy football sleepers for the year also picked out Keon Coleman. And I want to start with, as we all know, I love him, J.J. McCarthy. Oh my gosh, obsessed. He is ranked 20th on Fantasy Pros right now, and there's a lot of unknowns. So ranked 20th on Fantasy Pros, ahead of Stafford, which, I don't know, I guess. Stroud, I feel like is sort of undervalued. Yeah, it was. I know we haven't seen him play, but Sam Burrow was a top 8 quarterback a year ago and was before they added and invested and rebuilt this offensive line. Woo. And even Nick Mullins was putting up fantasy numbers respectfully in this office 2 years ago. Yes, I mean, Nick Mullins with the 400-yard passing games. I'm throwing 4 touchdowns a day. I don't know to which team. Jacksonville. Duval, take care of him. So, of course, he's going to be better than 20. He's a huge value right now. And she is absolutely right, because the Vikings, the run game, I think, will actually help McCarthy's fantasy numbers because it'll extend drives. It'll keep pressure off of him, as well as I feel like it will limit some of his mistakes. Now, McCarthy is a caretaker by nature. He's going to take care of the rock, but, of course, rookie stuff happens. But I feel like overall, it's going to be good, especially with this rebuilt offensive line with Donovan Jackson. Ooh, it's for real. Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, all that stuff. I mean, come on. So I understand why Kay Adams is fully all in. Now, fantasy-wise, let's talk about numbers, right? So I feel like these are all conservative numbers. Maybe touchdowns a little high, maybe rushing yards a little high, but bear with us. So say 3,500 passing yards. Perfectly fine. Not 4,000 yards, which if he was the Bears, he'd be the first one. 28 passing touchdowns, fine. Maybe a little bit high. It's whatever. 7 interceptions. I actually feel like that's a little high for McCarthy because of what O'Connell is going to have him do. And McCarthy, he does take care of the football, so we'll see. 500 rushing yards, I feel like is fair with his rushing prowess because I think that's the most underestimated and underrated part of his game. Like, he's going to be Charlie Scadell because there's nothing more backbreaking and demoralizing to a defense. Like, 3rd and 9, we got Justin Jefferson doubled up, and Hawkinson's covered, and Addison's covered, and Aaron Jones covered out of the backfield. Oh, J.J. McCarthy just ran for 21 yards. And 5 rushing touchdowns because Darnold had 1. How did he get 1 freaking rushing touchdown as a quarterback? Even though I know Darnold wasn't mobile at all, but come on, you can't fall in the end zone. A quarterback sneak one time. Yeah. But so 3,500 passing yards, 28 passing touchdowns, 7 picks, 500 rushing yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. We're not even getting to, Bo Nix caught a touchdown last year. We need to factor that in. Shut up. Or fumbles. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. So this would add up to beep, bop, 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 boop in standard scoring, 318 fantasy points. All right, so 318. How would that stack up? He would actually be quarterback 7 last year. So obviously within quarterback 1 territory in most 8 to 10 team leagues, right above Bo Nix, full-on Darjamin blend, 318 over 317.2. Behind Jared Goff, who those numbers are going down in an earlier round. Give it time. Hey, Jared, you get extra fantasy points for the plays that you pretend to fall down. Yeah. And they have Jane Daniels. I mean, yeah. Baker Mayfield, stud. Burrow, stud. Josh Allen, MVP. Lamar Jackson should have been MVP. I mean, Lamar's legit. But 318 is above even Jalen Hurts, where Hurts obviously had a ton of value because of the tush push and the rushing yards. But, I mean, his passing numbers were pretty pedestrian last year. Darnold last year still clocked in at 308. Kyler with the rushings there. Herbert, even in a run-first offense, Herbert's taking on the Michigan offense with Harbaugh. Mahomes had a freaking down year. Yeah, it's not great. Purdy had a down year because the Avengers got injured. Geno, Aaron Rodgers. Caleb. Oh, that little guy. Don't worry about that little guy. Would be a rolling average of about 19 points per game if he had 318. So overall, I feel like, again, I think these estimates are a little conservative, and I think that he definitely would be in the fantasy conversation because not only does he not have to do a lot, but he'll still put up numbers just by dint of this offense being, top 5 in the league. Being on the field and handing the ball off and hitting play action passes that are wide open, really good windows. Also with Jefferson being double and triple team, some red zone rushing opportunities. I mean, I don't think that Kay Adams is wrong here. I think that she's absolutely correct. I'll say it right now. This will be one for the Friday Hot Fire takes. JJ McCarthy will end up as a top 10 fantasy quarterback this year. But hook or by crook, I think it's happening. So there you go. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Kay Adams is obsessed with JJ McCarthy's fantasy value. Yeah. Let us know your thoughts. Comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skol production value.